Good morning, my family. Good morning to everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, what are we looking at today? What's going on in the broader markets? You guys, whatever is happening in the broader markets actually is not so cool, right? So, I think mortgages came out this morning as a macroeconomic data. So, it appears as though the sentiment didn't really like what was being said, right? So, I mean, the markets essentially gapped down all crazy. Wow. SPY sitting currently at about 437.13, TQQQ at 39.38. There is some bleeding in the markets. Let's see. So, which actually could introduce a possible positive outcome from this, actually. So, if I were to be very honest, the EMA 21 is coming up at 434.95 SPY. So, that could be a not bad situation right there to load up some calls, right? Some long calls. But what is going on, team? Good morning. Good morning. Let's go ahead and take a look at the chat real quick to see who's already present and alive. Lil AR15, what's up? SPY looking good for dated contracts. Man, it looks like those contracts are probably going to lose a lot of value and could potentially face a nice amount of open interest or implied volatility in the coming day or two, right? Who knows how fast we can actually get down to that level right down here around 430. This is what I'm saying here, look, around 435.03. Who knows? But it's pretty bearish thus far, and it's looking like it could actually make it today. So we'll keep an eye on it no matter what. But there's a lot of blood. There's a lot of blood in the markets right now, you guys, and that is like I'm saying, I think mortgages came out. There's one more metric that's going to be coming out on this Friday, I believe. I'm not sure if that was jobless claims. I forgot what was coming out, but that's going to be another one that's going to potentially move the markets, you guys. So we got to keep an eye on whatever is happening out there, right? So let's see over here. Let's go ahead and keep an eye on the chat as well. So Karen Harkins saying, COSM, the Canna deal has been completed. So the acquisition of COSM and Canna has been completed. Yeah, very bullish news. But yet the ticker is still showing a fair bit of weakness right now, specifically to the very, very lower end of our demand zone here. Right? I think it already reached a low of 291, right? So I mean, that's getting a little pushy there. But when it is getting into those levels down there, it's that gets into the zone to where it's actually what Wyckoff would call a terminal shakeout, right? So that could be a shakeout coming up. I mean, it's not exactly impulsive, but it is in a sense a possibility too. So we'll keep an eye on that as well, though. So Karen, thank you so much for sharing that with us. Jennifer, what is up with you? What is up with you? Good to see you again. And Keith Munster, what's up, my buddy? He's actually saying just loaded up on on some more finger calls. That is a ticker that we have been paying attention, team. Ticker symbol FNGR has been making this incredible run to the upside, right? Of course, we're actually facing a little bit of an ebb and flow right now. Naturally, you guys, right? We want to make sure that we can actually keep an eye on the charts when we are trading some very bullish assets, especially like this one here. What I would have to say about FNGR real quick is this. Take a look at the 4-hour chart and take a look at the RSI signal coming right back down to test that SMA 14. So it's very particular to the 4-hour, though, okay? The 4-hour is very particular because the SMA 14 is landing right in the gravitational zone of the inner workings of the bullish control zone, right? So this inner working would be the bull weakness percentile. Okay, so yeah, we can actually face a short-term downside here, and if I were to be very honest with you, I can either pair that short-term downside with the 2-spot 618 at 379, or we can actually pair it with the SMA 10 located at around 372. So we have a range there of or 374, sorry. So we have a range there of about 374 to 379 to look at for a potential bounce in the shorter term period. Okay, so let's just kind of keep that. Let's go ahead and note it down here so that we are kind of in the know here, right? So we don't want to get lost in translation, right? So yeah, this is essentially what I'm looking at here, team. So keep a close eye on that range that I'm telling you about. So 374 to about 379 at the 2-spot 618 4-hour period. Okay, so it's getting very close to that support touch. I'm not saying that that's going to be the end of the bear cycle here in the short term. I am, however, saying that there is a potential bounce from that zone. Okay, so keep a close eye if you are playing this long, right? So let's go ahead and go over some invalidation criteria, though. So actually, that invalidation criteria is very much set at about 375, and that's particular to this candle here, and that's what I mean by that is closing any 4-hour period right under that 375 cent target. That would introduce another downside here, but the downside is actually short term. It's relatively not. I mean, it's not far away. 349 to 357. Another reloading zone before an upside. So, I mean, yeah, I don't see it actually coming down to this zone, 349, 357, but I am going to be honest with you. I am seeing that 374, 379. We absolutely got yesterday. We fulfilled the 423, just like we said at the 3-spot 618, right? So, yeah, let's go ahead and just let this thing breathe. Let's let it have its little moment, right? And then we can continue. One more thing to keep an eye on, right? 4-hour time frame is not actually the best time frame for a candle analysis, as it is considered a small time frame even so, but this is a bearish engulfing printing, and it would be confirmed in about 38 minutes and 8 seconds, 7-6, and that would I mean, if this thing closes anywhere beneath the opening valuation of the prior candle, which is, let's see, 419. So yeah, anywhere beneath 419, this candle closes, that would validate this bearish engulfing candle formation, right? So that's what I'm saying here is that, yes, it can face a downside here, but it could be very limited too. There's no actual, let's see, how can I say this? There's no actual mathematical reversion or any type of, strategy like the way you get the top side target or bottom side target based on a channel from the top side of the formation to the bottom side. There's nothing like that. You can't figure any price objective for this formation itself. It's just, it'll just suggest that there's weakness and or exhaustion, right, for the bulls in this case, and the price action can lead for a reaccumulation. So that's really all that it tells us, right? It's psychologically backed, and that's really all that it has. So yeah, team, keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that. All right. So that is FNGR for now, right? It's looking not bad. And man, what did you guys happen to catch? Did you guys happen to catch that price action on freaking Mullen over the European sessions? Oh my goodness, man. That thing ripped, and it was at a total, I'm not even sure where it is now anymore, right? I'm curious to see it though. It was at a very, very high price. I think up around 40, 50, 60% in the early pre, right? So let's just keep an eye on it real quick. Let's see what it's doing out of sheer curiosity, right? So, okay, yeah, it's actually sitting at a support level that if you saw my tweet around 2 or 3 in the morning today, right, my time, Pacific time. Somebody asked me, Arca, speak to me charts. What's going on? What's going on? And I told them, man, actually, this thing is driven entirely by psychology now. So the charts are going to say very, very little, or at least the technicals, right? So I told them that there is a support around 23.33, which would be the EMA 30, actually in the daily. I believe it was the 12-hour time frame. So let me go ahead and pull that up real quick and see if that's somewhere in there, right? So let me see, where is it? Here it is. And where is that EMA 7? Let's go ahead and see. The EMA 30, sorry. Here we go. Man, we are right at that EMA 30 right now. Oof. Okay, so we're in the process of turning it into some type of a resistance right now too, right? So, I mean, I told them very clean. I was like, dude, this is in the hands of psychology, in the hands of FOMO now, man. The short-term resistances supports, those may not actually be realized since this thing is incredibly frothy, right? So again, team, I'm gonna say it like it is. Please, please, please consider staying away from this. If you're a beginner trader, I would only trade this if you are seasoned, right? And I would also not hold this overnight by any means. Okay, so you know what this thing has done to the longs, right? It's been kind of a crappy run. Okay, so this here is very nice. I mean, we were able to see the upside here from yesterday, but still, we have to recognize when things are a little too overextended and moving a little too fast, right? Remember, what goes up fast must come down fast as well. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and keep up with the chat right here. So, Flame, you're talking about RVVE. I put up an analysis thread on NVVE, but do you really mean RVVE? Is that the ticker that you are currently looking at? I only ask because sometimes typos, except that the letter R is nowhere near the letter N, so I can only assume that you are absolutely correct about your ticker symbol RVVE, right? But yeah, let's pull that up real quick. So let's see if it is in there, right? In fact, is it sort of? I don't know what this one is. It says RVVES. Could that be the one? Anyway, man, I think you meant RVVE, NVVE, right? But we're gonna go ahead and just take a look at this. Let me know in the chat whenever you can, right? And then we'll go over that. So, David, how you doing, man? So good morning, ladies and gentlemen, says David, and VOCL, get the pedals and clear. What's going down with VOCL, man? Let's go ahead and give it a quick little gander here. Oh man, of course, VOCL is being reactive to the broader markets. Huge pressure to the downside right now, right? So we have to find out where that support can be, and that is actually we're actually able to see that through the means of the RSI indicator, right? So I still have my full thread up, and usually when I reload my charts, this is kind of what happens, right? I have to reset everything back to its normality here, and then evaluate, right? So this is particular to the 12. No, I would say the daily, even the buy daily. Let's see. All right, so the buy daily and the daily are sitting at that potential bottom, at the support right now. Okay, so we are essentially looking for a bounce from the SMA 14 to the upside, similar to all of these occurrences here. Okay, so if we can get that would be indicative of a potential support either being found now or soon. So now if we look at the price action on, let's just say, I think this is a little bit too big of a jump, right? So let me look at this in at least the 12-hour. Okay, so let me get rid of the indicators here and pull up the ranges here. So, okay, there is a support. There is a critical support right at about 418. We're just a hair away from that. And if we were to clear the 418 and suggest a lower support, then yeah, it would actually be this one here. This one's a very strong support, and it's at directly 400. All right, so that could be something there. Sebastian Lim, what is going on, my brother? Good to see you here, moderator Sebastian Lim. Let's see. Yeah, man, we were actually just looking at FNGR making a quick little pullback, right? It's all good. We need to take a breather before we continue on to the upside. It's not a big deal, right? Everything is looking good. But yeah, team, I'm kind of looking. I'm eyeballing that 400 directly, right? Flat, 4 flat. So let's see if we can get that bounce to the upside from that area. Let's see if there are any moving averages within that zone too. Who knows, right? So let's just speculate some. So let me go to the inputs here and see if I can display my EMAs as well. They're going to be a little miscolored. Okay, so 12-hour time frame does not have the EMAs located where we want them to be located, of course, right? So it may be pertaining to a larger term. In fact, nothing there either. Very, very curious. All right, so let's see if we can play this in any other way. I got to remember that this is a 6-hour chart because this is a volatility versus momentum backtest chart that I've actually been looking at for quite some time. So let's pull up well, I guess maybe so, right? If we are actually reverting from something, then what could that be? Let's see. Let's get as creative as we can, right? Okay, so yeah, there is a rejection here on the 6-hour from the mean. Let me get rid of the moving averages. It's getting a little too convoluted there. Okay, yeah, so we're getting we got a resistance from the mean band here in the 6-hour. It looks like the 4-hour also worked the same way. Let's see the hourly reversion. Okay, that's more like it. Okay, so and the bottom side here is around 415 to I would say, yeah, actually 415, right? So 415 to 400 could be a nice area to get a bounce from here. Okay, so this is the hourly Bollinger Band. Okay, so or the reversion variant, right? So the other thing to keep a lookout for is that the 4-hour could have been in play too with that resistance here, and that bottom side actually has a lot of rhyming with the 400 flat bottom that we're looking at. This is 396. Okay, so there could be that very high potential there. So Sebastian Lim, my brother, thank you so much, dude. That means so much. So let's go. So my shopping list for the morning, and we should take that with heavy consideration, team. Zephram, what's up, my dude? Good to see you here. Daryl, good to see you. The War Goes, what's up? Steve Mertz, good to see you here. So what I want to tell you guys is that Sebastian Lim, we should take some of the things that he speaks about here very seriously because he has actually presented some very, very, very nice plays for the community. And as you know, he's actually one of the newer analysts for the Arca Bulls Discord server, right? So, and very proud to say very proud to say an apprentice as well, right? So very cool stuff. Sebastian Lim, thank you for sharing not only your winnings here with the Arca guy, right? But thank you for sharing your plays with the community. We're gonna go ahead and go over those tickers as well. So I do remember Off-Grid Gorilla was looking at LCID just yesterday, right? So let's see. Wonder if TTOO is a good entry point at NASDAQ hearing today for extension. How you doing, my brother? Good to see you here. Thank you for joining. We'll take a look at TTOO as well, all right, team? So I'm going to try not to forget any of this stuff. So let me go ahead and start loading them. Can you see a short volume on FNGR? That is a good question. I don't think I can, but let me see. There is. I may have the FINRA short volume, but let me take a look at it. So that is a very, very good question, by the way. So FNGR. All right, let's see if it shows it. So let's see. Only okay. The intervals are supported for this symbol exchange. You will automatically be switched to a D interval. Let's see. Intraday intervals are not available because of the exchange policies. We're limited in the information that we're actually facing right now, but okay, so I mean there is an increase of short volume right now, and let me see if there's any way that I can actually add the FNGR symbol to this. So let me see. Let me do it on a new price scale here. It's very wow. Very curious that we're actually getting an increase of short volume as the price action actually goes up, right? So it looks like it looks like at every single level we're getting the shorts to kind of double down, right? As the price action moves onwards and upwards. That's very interesting. Thank you for sharing that with us, or for asking for that. Wow, that is really something. Now the interval is actually something that I'm very curious of. So 207,800 is what interval exactly, right? So, yeah, we're gonna have to do some research on how FNGR is being figured here in short sale volume. So I mean 207,000. Let's go to the ticker one more time and see what's going down with it. Where is it? Here it is. And I want to see what the daily volume is right now, okay? Because if that is, let's see, yeah, we're looking at the daily time frame there. So daily volume, let's see, sitting at about 557,000 thus far. So half of today's trading volume is short. Is that safe to assume? that's going to be something that I'm going to have to look into. This is very interesting. So anyway, let me go back here to the chat and say what's up. So Zephram saying that Mullen dumped. Let's go back into it, right? Yeah, take a look at that team. It's turning some things into resistance right now. So who knows? What if it's actually waiting for that 1909 target before a pump to the upside? It's possible. It's possible. So let's just keep an eye on that too, right? So anyway, let's see. Brendan, how you doing? How do you feel about MULN as a follow-up to yesterday with already almost the same volume? Let's take a look at the daily volume thus far, right? So, wow, it's already at 1.2 billion in volume. Oh my goodness. So remember yesterday, team, yesterday we were looking at a 1.39 billion of traded volume, which is, I mean, it's like 2 times the float. Man, it's incredibly high, over 2 times the float. So yeah, at this point here, I think that it may actually want to cover this gap. And I know that I'm giving about a 19-cent support here, but in reality, the true support would be anywhere between 822 and 1704. So we'll draw here a support line to kind of look at that, right? If I'm not mistaken, there could be an exponential moving average there, either the 9 period or the 7 period. So let's pull that one up too. Here's one, and very close to the target that we were speaking of here, right up here, right, the green one. And let's pull up the EMA 9 now. Okay, so here's the 9. Let me get rid of the 7, and the 9 is right at the support that we're talking about. So there is a probability there, team. Okay, this is the EMA 9 here, the inner green line. So yeah, let's just kind of be patient with this. A lot of people are going to think that this is the bottom because of the gap, right? But still, we have to acknowledge the fact that we have further downsides. But like I said, team, this is going to be very difficult to chart on our way, on our path here, because this has essentially been impaired psychologically. Okay, so a lot of sentiment here. And yesterday we were talking about, we were literally talking about that potential of people just taking profits from wherever they can, right? Because they have been in the red for quite some time. I'm talking weeks on end here, probably 3 months in a row. But anyway, let's go ahead and see. So Ali is saying SOUN price action is as you predicted. Oh, okay. That's nice to hear, my brother. So SOUN was a ticker we were looking at yesterday and a few days ago too, right? So yeah, please remind me, team. I know that we have a few other tickers to kind of take a look at. No disrespect to anybody whatsoever, right? It's just when you're streaming live, sometimes things can pass or sometimes things can happen a little faster than anticipated, right? So here is the price action that we were looking at for ticker symbol SOUN. There could be continuation to the downside here ever so slightly, right? We can get a retouch of the breakout here from the ascending triangle. And that could be indicative of, let's see, I would say, the support top is 329. That's essentially where I'm looking for a bounce. But there still could be a continuation here for the support bounce from the range of the support instead of just the one single target, 320 to 329. Keep an eye on that, okay? Keep an eye on that. Well, just remind me. We'll keep on coming back to that, okay? So TTOO. For my brother. So that was the T2 Biosystems that we were looking at, right? Let's go ahead and expand this view here because I can see that we already had a few targets to kind of keep an eye on. Okay, wow. Right, so this is very interesting. Let's see. The 4-hour time frame, right? Could have been, let me see, the hourly time frame. Very nice growth, by the way. Very nice. Okay, so yeah, this was the break inside of the golden pocket that we spoke of, right? And then we're validating the golden pocket even still. So once we feel that we're okay, we can make that shot to the upside and test the resistance of the NOT 618. What's curious here is that the price action actually rocket shipped past the 1 fib and currently sitting within the golden pocket. So that's good. This support touch here could have been indicative of the NOT 382, 798. I understand that it's at 819, but we have to see the relevance between those targets too. So if I were to be very honest here, it looks like it's reloading for a continuation to the upside based on momentum and increasing volatility in the shorter time frame. So, which is a good thing because that would essentially reset the other conditions as well, like the 2 hour, the 4 hour, in the 6 hour. It's a little early, right? So we're gonna see right here what's gonna happen with the hourly time frame. It is corrective. Okay, so that hourly time frame is showing a fair bit. It's showing a fair bit of strength even right now. Although this is an inflection point, kind of a nice resistance here to face between these two candles, the opening of this one and the closing of this one here. Okay, so that's not to say that we can't beat it. I'm just trying to tell you that it is a tough little area of resistance, right? Some other candles also facing that resistance there, or previous historical supports and resistances. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can just convert that not 618, 877 into a form of support before we can continue to the upside. But that would require a touch of a higher target here on the hourly time frame. I'm wondering to see if the 12-hour can show us any type of other bias here. This is a very impulsive upside, you guys. So this is going to flash a lot of things. I mean, a lot of things. Look, the 6-hour time frame still pivoted towards the upside. We have the 8-hour time frame in a very, very comfortable upside with increasing volatility. 12-hour also, and the daily. Man, this is not looking bad, guys. This is looking pretty good. It looks like it wants to continue. Okay, so yeah, and it's also a pretty bullish stance too. The golden pocket is somewhere we want to validate as support before continuing onto the upside. Anyway, so let's go ahead and take a look at a few of the plays here, right? So I know that I wanted to at least catch up with some of the requests out there, right? But Sebastian Lem, let's go ahead and take a look at these. Let's see. You took 25% on TTOO today. That's good, man. That's good. Awesome. Yeah, it's showing a lot of promise, right? But very likely high of day has already been printed. That could have been that 1033 top side today, 1033, yeah. And so anyway, yeah. Let me go ahead and go back here. A few tickers. I know that we're getting some requests here for ticker symbol VIRI as well. So. Okay, so yeah, nice. Actually, VIRI went to the lower support that we were speaking of, right? To around 123, 122, where the EMA 21 was located, right? My eyes were actually set to more along the lines of the 128 or 129 as a potential shakeout area or the trap zone, right? So we're getting a very nice bounce to the upside. Just to be clear here, okay? Let's see what that's even looking like. Let me see, Sebastian, we're going to pull up those tickers right now, my bro. I feel that it is imperative that we look at this real fast, right? So here's that bounce to the upside, getting the broadening descending wedge to test very nicely here. Let me see if I can pull up any other. Yeah, the daily time frame is good. Okay, so let's see if I can get that tool up too. Come on, here we go. Let's measure that distance thus far. Okay, so currently we're looking at about a 7.5% jump to the upside from the low of day. Okay, so that's pretty nice. That's not bad whatsoever. That usually introduces the bottom side before a reversal, right? Just like similar to this right here, right? Immediate rejection from that very bottom side. Again, another reaction there. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna keep an eye on this. It looks like there could have been a pretty nice find of a support, and that would go very well with the trap situation that we're working on, right? But we'll keep an eye on it, team, okay? And anyway, yeah, look at that, man. TTOO trying to recover 870. We need to remember, the NOT 618, 877, we need to convert that into a support. So if we start closing hourly candles above that, that's a good sign, okay? A very good sign. I'm sure that the short-term traders are actually really trying to get long this asset right now, right? It flags a lot of retail. 60 minutes, 30 seconds for the closure of this candle here. It would be very nice to close upside of 887. Okay, so very much close to that target right now as we speak. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and now let's see. So. Awesome. Thanks, Arca. Always appreciate your input, my brother. Thank you so much. Really love to help out here as much as I can. Right. I care about retail, and I hope retail cares about their families too. Right. As we're trading a lot of capital here that belongs to families. This is why we encourage trading the trading with paper trades and simulators first, right, team? Let's go ahead and just make sure that we can solidify and very much achieve a succession in our strategies and risk management before trading live cash, right, team? So go ahead and also practice as much as humanly possible. Anyway, per our analyst and moderator, Sebastian Lim, let's go ahead and take a look at ticker symbol NVVE, as this has been an essential play that we put up. Oh my goodness, and why is it not showing me my metrics? Let's go ahead and see why that is the case. Right, we put up the play just yesterday. Let's see. So that's going to be NVVE. Oh, man. What the heck? That's very interesting. Let's go ahead and pull up the Discord here and pull up the play real quick for everyone to kind of see this, right? So let's go to the strategy plays, and this is essentially, man, I also don't know how to, like, zoom. Okay, so yeah, I'm saying that I don't know how to zoom here, particularly to the particularly to Windows, right? So I guess oh my goodness. Anyway, team, but yeah, this was essentially the targets, right? We were looking at my long target was around 1232. Where's the price action currently sitting right now? So it's NVV. Oh, sorry. So this was I didn't actually put it up. Damn it. Okay, my bad, team. Sorry about that. I thought I did. So no, NVVE. Let's see if we can actually get that. What is going on with this ticker? I remember somebody asked for it just yesterday. Hourly SMA 50 support, very, very, very nice. Okay, so that's okay. Let's see if the immediate short-term time frame is saying something different. So 15 minutes is a little, man, so 15 and 30 are consolidating just a bit here. Still with the downside pressure on the hourly time frame, which could be indicative of retesting that SMA 50 at 57.83. By hourly time frame showing that clear downside as well. We're starting to print what could be a pretty nice little tweezer bottom here, right? And we're currently sitting at 59 on a buy hourly with 13 minutes and 27 seconds left to close, right? So buy hourly time frames are very small, so it may or may not work, right? This formation here. It is a bullish formation, by the way. Okay, so 4-hour time frame is actually showing an upside pivot here. So team, I think the downside here was very limited, and I think that could have been the loading zone to kind of look at 58.03 or the SMA 200 at 58.46, currently sitting at 59. Okay, so if this thing does fluctuate here within this area that we're looking at, this would be essentially the loading zone before a continuation to the upside. 4-hour time frame clearly indicating that the upside is not done. In fact, it's just beginning. 6-hour time frame is consolidating just a little bit, and 8-hour time frame absolutely showing an upside here. Okay, so yeah, keep an eye on those targets. I'm thinking that I could drop one more time, I mean ever so slightly here to 58.60, and I mean 5900. That's just a tiny little hair away. Okay, so yeah, keep an eye on that, because we could actually face a very nice bounce from that zone there and actually get a pretty nice resistance from this top side here, 62.89, or even potentially the SMA 200 at 66.97, which would make a pretty nice play and day trade as well, right? So that would be 7.23% to the upside here to the resistance that we're looking at, and then to the SMA 200 could be around a 14% move to the upside. Not bad whatsoever. Okay, team. So yeah, keep an eye on those targets. See if you can actually succeed. Potential entry here. Okay, so now as far as the movement on the asset, I guess we can kind of take a look at that right now, right? So let me just make sure that everything is kind of set to 0 here, and then move on. So yeah, no, I want 0 0. Okay, perfect. And let's type in right here NVVE, and yeah, NVVE has, man, it's very slow. So the average true range is around 4 cents. Okay, so if we go back here on the daily time frame, and the opening is actually right over here. Let's see what the opening is. 60.68, right? So 60.59. Oh man, it's it's funny because the average true range is showing 4 cents. 4 cents is 56 to the downside, and the SMA 10 is landing right, let me see, right at about 50, 55, 70, 55, 80, right around there. So, okay. I'm going to adjust this to around 56. Okay, so 55.93 I think could be pretty close enough considering the average true range. So the ATR, meaning that this can actually go up or down the 483 that it's suggesting, right? So if this candle opened up at, let's see, it opened up at 60.68, right? So somewhere right around here, and it reached to the top side of 62. So it 62.90. So it did almost 3 cents to the upside, almost maxing out the average true range. And yeah, there could be a situation here where we do max out the bottom side of the range of the ATR. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Usually the average true range will tell you how far up or down an asset can move in any given day, based on the last 10 days on a closing period. Okay, so that's a little tip, a little pro tip, right? So VIRI spiking, right? Yeah, very nice. We were expecting this. Remember that we were expecting a potential bear trap starting from the area of about 128. We did mention 122 as well, right? So it's moving according to plan. That's essentially what I'm saying, right? But yeah, huge spike up here to 140. Very, very, very interesting. Okay, team. So and it is in essence because we have validated our support. Okay, so we'll continue looking at VIRI, but this is moving according to plan. All right, team. So if you are following those plans, remember to stick to them. Open up your plan and make sure that it is something that you want to. Make sure that it is something to respect. Right. So, okay. So here on GTII, we're getting that mean band of the Gaussian channel to start correcting and get very close to the bottom side of this ascending channel. And that, alongside this demand zone, would present 3 areas of support, which makes it even better for GTII in the event where this thing actually decides to come back to that 72.28 area, right? So 71.28, sorry, 71.28 would mark off the 2.618 as an inverted fib right over here. Right, so just in case we do get that is also right there as support. We have the 2.618 at 71.28, right? We have the mean band located right at about 70, and the bottom side of the channel here, we have it located at about 71.03, and the demand zone located at about 73.86. So everything kind of rhyming within that 71 cent zone. Okay, so just in case we do decide to go down there. Okay, I'm not saying that we are. I'm just saying that we have to keep an eye on that just in case. Okay, so VOCL coming right back down to that bottom side of the wedge. This could be by the way, Sebastian Lim, I'm not done. We're going to look at AMRS and NVV. We already saw NVVE, right? So we need to look at LCID and AMRS still. Okay, so just real quick here, let me just go ahead and follow up with some of the requests too. All right, so yeah, this is the weekly falling wedge, and we are testing the very bottom side of that support yet again. So please remember that whatever is happening in the broader markets are absolutely showing that there is pressure to look at first before we can make a move to the upside, right? This is what I mean. In particular, the TQQQ and the SPY showing some bearish activity here based. I honestly, the only thing that I could think of is, of course, I think it was mortgages that came out as the macro data, right? So that something happened in there that somebody didn't like, right? So this is why we're getting that capitulation event, and a lot of tickers, to be very honest, are going to face this. They will face this pressure, right? But what I could tell you is that when we do face these very, very extreme downsides, that's usually when volatility increases. Okay, so volatility increases within an asset when it's going down the majority of the time. Okay, not when it's going up, which is very, very interesting to inversely think that way, right? So, okay, FNGR facing a pretty nice bounce to the upside. MLUN still with that downside here, and it looks like it may actually want to fulfill that gap Bottom side of about 1822 to 1704 is what I'm facing here as support. Remember that, team, okay? So yeah, NVVE still actually rejecting that support touch. Nice. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that one as well. All right, team. So let's see. TTOO has essentially retested that SMA 10 again. Okay, so yeah, keep an eye on this too, okay? Because this sometimes getting a very long wick to the upside like this indicates exhaustion for the bulls, okay? So anyway, let's go ahead and now pull up the next ticker here. There we go. NVVE getting a very nice bounce to the upside at about 59 cents, 60 cents just about now, right? So let's go ahead and pull up AMRS and take a look at what Sebastian Lim is talking about. My brother, let's go ahead and take a look at that now. Let's see. So Berenson saying, when you can you inform me if resistance is around 2074? Let me load it here just so that I'm not forgetting it, right? So Rivian is what you're is it Rivian or no? RIVN? Yeah, Rivian. Okay. So RIVN, and here we go. Okay, so yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look at this one for sure. There's a few things to talk about in there. AMRS actually came back down to our support zone, right? So we were talking about this the last time we saw this ticker, okay? We spoke about potentially getting long from the top side of this range here at 103, currently sitting at 101. And remember that the bottom side of the range that I was looking at was at about 97.93. So we're well within the threshold of that support area. In fact, the bottom side of this candle here, this daily candle from today, of course, 98.96 from the 97.93. So that's not bad. And to be honest, it looks like there could have been that correction already. So 30-minute is starting to show that potential upside, which means that the 15-minute may already have it. So yeah, 15-minute has that upside already, bleeding into the 30. The hourly still has a downside though. Let's see. Yeah, it still has a very slight downside, which means that we can test that bottom side of the range one more time. And the range bottom, because of this candle that we're currently printing right now, is a low of 99. Okay, so there is that potential to drop to 99 once again. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Bi-hourly time frame starting to show a little correction here too, increasing volatility. The floor may be found soon here, team. Very soon. We're facing a 4-hour SMA 100 support right now, very bullish. Okay, so yeah, I think this may have found the floor or is around that floor now, before a continuation to the upside. So I would start considering some type of risk management and plan right now, okay? Because if you already got long this asset, then yeah, your plan would be essentially now. In the event to where we do face a further downside here, you want to look at the 12-hour time frame, because this is where essentially we're practicing that very perfection here from the bounces of the SMA 100. SMA 50 located right at about 96.38. Still a potential there. Just keep an eye on those targets, okay? So know that there are secondary supports. There are alternate or alternative supports that we can look at. Always get as creative as you can be with the markets, right? Because they do show high potential probabilities. The charts, I mean. Okay, so anyway, yes, that's going to do it for ticker symbol AMRS. Let's wait for that bounce here, but it's looking not bad. Let's look at the broader markets before we look at Lucid and see what's going down, right? Okay, so the broader markets are actually reclaiming the SMA 10 here. SPY reclaiming that SMA 10 on the daily is very good. The TQQQ still has not. It still has not actually succeeded that SMA 10. Okay, so it's a little. I mean, we're gonna have to take a look at the. We're just gonna have to take a look at the broader markets as much as we can, team. So AMC actually getting a push to the upside right now, sitting at 426. Ticker symbol APE pumping to the upside at 177. It's still within that consolidation range though, and it would be cool actually if we did close anywhere upside of 176. I mean, we're again a hair away, just like any other ticker, right? So that top side of 177 here would actually make in bullish engulfing, right? So it's looking pretty healthy here for ticker symbol APE, and there is some interesting talk online regarding AMC and Ape. Am I hearing this correctly, or am I hearing that there is still a potential of a squeeze here? What I didn't like to hear, what I really didn't like to hear was somebody say that, you know, putting the shorts in an even more vulnerable position. What it like what is that? Like, you're sore from making so much money, or what kind of vulnerable position are we talking about for real? Right? I don't think they've been in any vulnerable nothing, you know. I mean, it's down like freaking 80% on the year. So that doesn't sound. Yeah, I guess it would be vulnerable, like, because you're aching that you made so much money on the downside. That's that's kind of what I'm looking at there, right? So, yeah. I mean, it's looking bullish right now, despite the markets showing some weakness. But the bounce to the upside that the markets are getting right now is, of course, it's assisting. It's definitely assisting these tickers too. Okay, so it is interesting to kind of take a look at that. So Rosy Gray Glasses saying, I'm betting FNGR and GTII squeeze before AMC. Man, FNGR is already. Right, so that's, I mean, this is, oof. Yeah, I mean, take a look at this. I know that I have a bunch of, drawings there, right? So if we're gonna take a look at this, this target up here, 435. Let's just see on a daily basis. So arguably speaking, it started here, right? So it started at around 130. So let's take a quick measurement of that, right? So let's see, starting from right here, right? So that that's already squeezed numbers, right? It's 236% at 436, and we're sitting at $4, right? So that, yeah, those are looking like squeezed numbers, right? But that's already a lot of pressure on short sellers there. So yeah, FNGR does not like to rest. It's not enough, Arca. Yeah, no, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Especially that the word going around that there are about 150 million synthetic shares to cover here. I mean, we are talking about locating these shares in the lit market at whatever price that the markets are showing at, right? So the only condition here for kind of making this thing a possibility for a real squeeze would be a few things. Okay, so the expiration of the contracts, of the options calls, and I'm talking about particularly the ones that were out of the money and have now gone in the money. Okay, so those particular call options expiring in the money would have a great deal of the Greek gamma applied. Okay, so if gamma gets applied to to all of those expiring contracts, you know, I mean, today I'm saying it because tomorrow's Friday, team. Okay, so a lot of the times, a lot of options calls tend to there's calls for July expiring. So okay, yeah. So I mean, tomorrow is also a weekly a weekly expiry too, right? So I'm not saying that it's a major expiration date, but it's just a short-term one. So something like tomorrow, if you have a great deal of call options that were started out of the money and now are in the money, that could apply more gamma, right? So you're going to be delta positive here for the ticker, and that would introduce some pretty nasty upsides, right? So many more people are going to start considering getting long some calls. And that is essentially what happened with AMC and GME. I'm going to speak for AMC here, but AMC did not experience a short squeeze. AMC experienced a gamma ramp or a bonus, right? So that's very, very little, or if not tiny positions covered during that run from around $9 or $13 or 15 to 72. So that run was fueled by options contracts that were once out of the money expiring with a massive amount of extrinsic value, upon that expiry, ooh man, I mean, a lot of people could decide at that point to exercise their shares since their options contracts, since they are in the money. Oh man, yeah, that'll create serious pressure because literally the broker would have to locate their short shares in the lit exchange at any price when you say cover, when you say let's go. Right, so that's what I'm thinking could be happening, right? So Arca is saying FNGR 100,000 squeeze. Team, 150 million short shares can lead to some very high valuations here. And to tell you the very honest truth, that multiplier is something outside of my knowing. I have not made any tests regarding regarding the top side target with a metric like that, right? But I think that there are several other ways that we can speculate, right? So if I were to run, for example, a volatility versus momentum backtest here on the daily time frame, because the daily time frame is already starting a contraction phase. It's pivoting beyond the 90 percentile, and we have the EMA 3 and the SMA 14 pivoted towards the upside here. That makes a very strategic statistical play, and not only that is that the validity. One of the deeper confirmations that this is in fact in play is your DMI indicator right now. So the ADX represented by that dotted white line is currently sitting at about 37% with the DMI plus on top, which is the bulls representing that green line. That DMI support and ADX support give the volatility versus momentum play a strong edge. So, and this is what I mean, is just that I guess we can actually run a back test here of volatility versus momentum on the daily and see how many occurrences and iterations there have been, right? Historically speaking, there's not that much history on the daily, by the way, because this asset officially started trading, April 2015. So, which means that we're going to get a limited amount of data. If you are familiar with statistics, if you are familiar with habits building, then you would know that a habit would actually best be built within occurrences upwards of about 140 times and up, right, to create an absolute pattern here, statistically speaking, right? So 150, 140 would be a good count. In this case, if we were to speculate here, let's just take a look at what's happening. So let me see volatility here. Anytime that it has expanded and then contracted from that critical zone, we have one iteration here that faced an upside. This is another one here that also faced an upside. Nice. We have another one here that faced an upside. Good. This one also faced an upside. So far, 100%. Another one here with an upside. Damn. Another one here. This is a failure. This is arguably a temporary failure before the upside. So still green. Okay, that's a good one too. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is another one here with an upside. This is another one here also with an upside. I would say this would be the one to look at here. And it had a very short-term upside, still valid. And then this one here, it also had an upside. What? Oh, dude. Yeah, this has and okay, here's the second failure. There's two failures right now. I'm talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 iterations here, and 9 have been guessed correctly to the upside with this condition right now. Contracting volatility, upside momentum. That has led to an upside 9 out of 11 times. Freaking hell. Oh my goodness. And then, of course, we would actually just have to measure how far it's gone up from every succession here, right? And also how long it took to reach that upside based on every succession here. So this is this is literally 10. We're creating 10 right now. So increasing the probabilities here, man, right? So team, that's essentially how I do some short-term back tests for this, right? So I mean, it's just it's a strong possibility here that the price action may actually lead to a very, very high target. And I know that there are some outliers within there, or there are some occurrences to where the price action led to a very exponential upside. Of course, it's going to matter to the current iteration right now, right? But yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about. To run a backtest on FNGR on the daily, specifically for the condition of contracting volatility with upside momentum, right? So that I'm actually thinking of doing it tonight so that we can get an edge over the higher probability targets. And the daily would essentially bleed and cascade into the buy daily. The buy daily, of course, into the 3-day, and the 3-day into the 5-day, which, by the way, the 5-day isn't quite ready yet, but it is in the bullish control zone, and we're increasing volatility. It's not ready because we're not in the critical zone yet, right? So I would honestly prefer the critical zone to start contracting and beyond the 90% before I can actually confirm any type of iteration here, right? So 5-day time frame could be facing some resistance right at about 404. Okay, team, that is where the SMA 200 is located on the 5-day period, and that is a strong inflection point. Okay, so let's see. Damn, looking forward to 1,000%. Man, who knows? But yeah, like I said, let me actually see. So contracting volatility on this one here. This is a 5-day. Yeah, no, we were talking about the daily, right? So let's see. Let me go back to this occurrence here. Yeah. Okay. So this was the opening of one of the iterations here. Okay. So this is what I mean by backtesting. Okay. So we have to take into account this metric. Take a look. So this is going to be opening at 105, right? Opening 105 to the top side of the range. Let's see if we. No way. Oh, man. Hell yes. This is a long iteration. Oh, dude. Let's see. Could it be? Yep. Damn. I mean, it was kind of long. 99 days, but 175.22% to the top side of the range, right? So, yeah, this is one iteration, right? So, based on the conditions here, volatility versus momentum. Contracting. Oh, never mind. Actually, let me bring it back. Just when we touch the opposing critical zone, that would be. See, this is expansion here on top, right? Let me go ahead and make this a little bigger. Expansion here. We're starting to contract. As soon as we touch the opposition critical zone, that's invalidation. Okay, that's done. The signal is done. So let's bring it back down to that zone there, and let's see. So, okay, so the high of the range here is actually this. So 207, let's make sure that we can get that 206 is good enough. So yeah, 96.21% for that iteration there. Okay, and I'm speaking of just one. So this is how the backtest run, team. Okay, so we'll put it right. We'll put a trend line here and color it green, and then move on to the next one, right? Anytime that volatility has done that condition, and we keep on measuring them, and that's how the backtest happens, right? That's how I'm able to get these. What people would call the crystal ball, right? It's just based on higher probabilities. It's just based on statistics, team. Nothing really too advanced here, right? As you know, this would be the very, very essence of statistics, by the way. Just taking some sample for the exchange of a data set. Where it gets a little more complicated is creating the standard deviation and also the first standard deviation, upper bounds and lower bounds. That's where it starts to get a little weirder because you have to start squaring and squaring every result and subtracting the mean from every squared result, and then dividing that entire total number by the correct iterations, right? Meaning that this is one correct iteration, so every other iteration that's correct, you would make that division happen, and that would get you the standard deviation from the mean. Right, so now from there, then creating the first standard deviation, upper bound and lower bound. So that's even more steps, right? So that's what I mean by it getting a little more complicated when you're looking at standard deviations. But from the sample gathering to the data set of just creating a mean, that's pretty simple. And a lot of the times the mean does tend to play out pretty well when you're looking at statistics, the average move, right? So yeah, I think. You know what? Something we can check is actually the ATR. Let's see how it's fluctuating now. And yeah, actually the market cap too. Look at this. FNGR sitting at 205 million now. I don't remember how much it was just yesterday. Right, but look at the cap. It's 205 million with a float of 23 million. Oh my goodness. The legal and allowable float, of course, team. We're not going to see right here 173. Right? Because, they're not going to get in trouble for that. So, yeah, let's pull up the stock screener and see how far the ATR has moved on FNGR. This is very curious. This is actually a good thing for us to look at. Let's see. Let's see. FNGR. What the hell? It's still, I guess it's actually still recovering. Oh, right. The ATR in this particular case is on a 10-day closing basis. So we don't even have 10 days collected yet since it started running. It's only been like 2 or 3 days. So upon the closure of around 10 days, then we're going to be able to see what the average true range has turned into. It could be upwards of $1. Right, as incrementally, we've actually been facing some pretty nice upsides thus far. So, yeah, that's a little, it's dated information, right? We still need to wait for the close. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, too. So, Zephram saying Dow drops 500 points. What? On latest ADP jobs? Damn it. That was what we were waiting for, the ADP jobs. Oh, goodness gracious. So, I'm guessing probably seeing rate hikes at the next Fed meeting. The thing is that they're data reactives, which means that they are reactive only to what's being shown presently. So in essence, Zephram, you're right by them being reactive to the jobs numbers, because that's the one thing that we're officially waiting for, right? We want to make sure that just people don't have jobs and we're losing. And we want to make sure that not any more jobs are actually being put out, and that's also something that we want to. I'm wondering if whatever played here is also considering the unemployment rate, right, of the people who are actually claiming still unemployment, right? So I think that may have been figured into this too. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's a very. Damn it, man! Dow Jones. Can we? Let me pull it up. I think it's the DJI, right? Let me see if I can get it on the master layout. That's gonna, that's gonna apply massive, just broader market pressure, and we probably could have seen this in the futures market too. So let me see if I can pull up the DJI. So the Dow Jones Industrial. Let me see if I can get the. I guess this is actually, you know what? Let me see if I can get the Dow futures. I don't want to do spot price action. I want to see if I can get. Let's see. Let me do the futures market right over here. Right. So the C. If we can get the C. Yeah, I think this may be it here. We can do either. Yeah, we can do the. I know that it was Dow F somewhere, right? So I guess the micro E-minis can tell us too. Let's see. Okay. LCID curling. Okay. Moderator Samantha, good to see you here. Good to see you. Look at that. The micro E-mini futures contracts, huge capitulation here on the daily. And this still, this is dangerous. Actually, this still shows that there is some downside to look at here. Let me see if the EMA. Wow, not even that. The 50? What? Man, okay, so if there is still a downside consideration here, then we may have to look at the EMA 50 on the daily here. And this is indicative of literally covering the gap. Recovering it, right? So down to about 33,896. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of, man, that's a tough distance away. That's a very tough distance away. Okay, so the Dow Jones futures are not looking good right now. They're still suggesting a downside. The daily is starting to curl to the downside. 12-hour is clearly to the downside. 6-hour still downside. Let me see the 4-hour. The 4-hour is starting to curl, but it's still actually favoring a downside here. There's a floor to be found very soon. And 33,898, 4-hour SMA 200. and 33,898 EMA 50 daily chart. That's the confluence there. Okay, and one more thing. Let's take the prior daily candle in an inverted manner. And yeah, 3 spot 272 at 33,912. And we're looking at about 33,896 on two major moving averages on two different time frames. So yeah, I would give this extreme precedence here. Okay, so the bottom side, of course, we can always consider 33,832. Let's see if that's consistent with the opening of any candle here. Actually, these here, maybe. Okay, so yeah, but my support touch here would be right at the SMA 200 daily. Okay, 33,898. We can actually face that bounce to the upside. Who knows if it's just reactive for now, right? But yes, in all essence, there could be another interest rate hike based on this. But also remember that interest rate hikes are when you rate hike, right? And despite whatever amount you decide to hike, right? Whether it be 25 bips, 50, 75, or a whole point. That's we're not going to see the implications, or we're not going to see the effects until a year later, or I think it was 10 or 11 months minimum, right? So I think that we would see that a year later, that whatever the rate hike would do. Okay, so, but yes, it does essentially say that we haven't been hiking aggressively enough, or we may be pausing in a little prematurely here. So, but they did say that they may actually rate hike 2 more times. Now, those 2 more times, we're assuming that they're 25 bips. If we are to assume incorrectly, that would mean that we may actually get a 50 bip somewhere in there to kind of like just flash the market, like literally like a defibrillator, right? You would just shock it and then let it react and then do its thing from there. I'm honestly not in. I don't know why they didn't do that initially, right? So they kept on beating around the bush. Damn, you know, it just creates longer problems, longer term time frame problems, right? But I guess you know it's I guess it's a correction, and we definitely were way overdue, and I wonder if that's why. I can speculate on a lot of things, team, and you know, a lot of things that could get me banned, right? So it's just the situation that happened for the last 2 years. That's what I'm talking about. Don't say it in the chat. Don't say nothing, right? I'm just telling you that situation, whatever happened over the last 2 years, could have been that forced situation to capitulate the markets and correct, because they correct on average anywhere between 10 to 12 years. And I remember the last one was 2007 to 2009. We're in 2000, and you know, we were in 2021 where it was kind of imposed. So that's what I'm saying. It was just we were not gonna correct. We were still on a bull run. Bitcoin creating that 69,000 top. I mean, Ethereum reaching the $5,000 top. The Nasdaq was just way up there, just too far up, way frothy, right? So I'm wondering if that was a forced correction, right? I'm wondering if this is why, and then everything was just reactive to just old data, and then I don't know. I wasn't a fan of how this was handled, and I'm not a macro economist myself, and I wouldn't know the first thing of how to be a Fed member, right? But I just feel like there could have been other metrics to consider here, maybe statistics, not just forward-looking data, because that takes too long, right? So, but again, it's not in my profession to say that, right? So. Anyway, so yeah, LCID within the range that we were looking at for a potential bounce to the upside, right? So this was the long range. There was a secondary long range to look at here at 664. We're already getting a nice bounce to the upside, which should be flashing some of that momentum. Here we go. 30-minute time frame is starting to correct towards the upside, entering critical volatility, right? So hourly time frame also starting that curvature. What I'm trying to say here is that the upside that we're facing right now could be I mean, so fast that we haven't actually reacted to the shorter time frames just yet in momentum. They're delayed, remember. Okay, so if we're looking at the hourly time frame, we do have a resistance coming up at the SMA 14. I would honestly have to pair that with the EMA 7 and or the hourly SMA 200. So resistance from about 705 to about 712, and that is on its way right now. I really do believe that we can reach that within the next hour. Okay, so keep an eye on that. What we don't want to see is actually the start of these like ladders, right? So, and this is honestly one of the reasons why we also had this bottom side of the range to look at, 664 to 673. But the price action is getting already very close. 699, getting close to that target of the EMA 7 located at about 705, SMA 200, 712. Okay, so that's my resistance range for now. And let's be reactive to whatever is happening within that, right? So let me say goodbye to the little lady teams. Oh, hold on just a sec. She is now going to be on her way to work. I appreciate everybody for being so patient for me to say goodbye to my little wife. Okay, just a sec, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, team. Okay. I am back. Jennifer, what's up? What's up? I thought you were already here. I said hi to you earlier. I think you just came by and said what's up, and then got back to work, right? And now we're chilling back again here. So, guys, did you? Nice, LCID getting that upside now, right? So Sebastian Lim also said LCID nailed it, right? So, man, it's around there, man. It's around there. I'm liking what's happening. So, yeah, you guys, do I think it's done? Sebastian, are you asking me? And also, let's see, anything more than 25 bips will be pain, says Zephram. So, yeah, I totally agree. They should have just raised rates more, much more earlier, of course, then try for a soft landing. Apparently, Fed Chair Powell is still saying that he can achieve a soft landing. I don't know. What's up, my Stick Vicious? How you doing, my battle? Good to see you here. Good to see you, my brother. I know that you're always on space calls and stuff, you guys. By the way, Stick Vicious is someone that you want to follow on Twitter. Go ahead and Stick Vicious share with me. Actually, I can share your handle, right? I'm gonna be there's gonna be a mental awareness space call that I'm gonna be a part of. This coming Sunday, right, at around 6 p.m. Pacific. I should be there a little later, 6:30, right, around after my class. But I would like for everyone to join me there too, alongside Stick Vicious, who is Josh Sai in Twitter, right? Let me just go ahead and give you his handle. We'll post it right here. So go ahead and give Stick Vicious a follow, because he is going to be the host. One of the hosts, right, for the Sunday space call. So I would love for everybody to join me there, because that's going to absolutely touch on some psychology regarding the trade, and that is something that everyone should hear and should be aware of, right? So, but yes. So let's get back to, yes, I agree with you, Samantha. We definitely knew that. We definitely need that. And I agree with you that it's so important, right? So a lot of times people don't know how to be reactive to what's happening in current market conditions, right? We are all in the assumption that we can, dive in with some due diligence into the markets and expect to, win, which is honestly capitalism at its best, right? But sometimes that's not how it works out, and the reaction based on an individual is it could be negative, it could be positive. So it is important to touch on both aspects, right? Because oftentimes you can see a trader step into the markets, and that trader would essentially do the one thing that I don't think is the healthiest thing for somebody that wants to be a day trader for a profession, and that's to win in the markets without actual training, without actual exposure to the markets. So that presents this it presents a really tough thing to combat, because oftentimes that trader would start to think that he or she is smarter than the markets, and then that would actually create this fake intelligence, and oftentimes a lot of what you've gained in that very lucky win can be lost, right, if you don't manage that risk properly, right? So this that's what I'm talking about, team. There's a lot to be, and now that's the positive side, but negative but positive side, right? So now what about never winning, right? What about what are you going to do with yourself type of thing, right? So that, oh man, that is a very important and touchy subject to look at. So it looks like Arca is hitting 7,000 subs. No, I'm not. Am I really? What the hell? Bro, dude, thanks for calling that out, man. No way. Let me see. Let me see the channel. Oh my goodness. I didn't know. Yeah, team, look at that right there. I know that it's kind of hard to let me zoom in as much as I can. Take a look at that, team. Oh my goodness. Sebastian Lim calling it out like it is, dude. Thank you so much, my bro. Oh my goodness, that is really something, man. I didn't. So it's been about. Let's take a look at this. Check this out. Okay, so all my videos. Let's go to the oldest one. Take a look at that, guys. That is my first post. It was MMAT, and that was 8 months ago. So my YouTube is 8 months and 7,000 subscribers. So I'm averaging around 800, 700 subscribers a month. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Sebastian Lim, thank you so much, my bro. Thank you. Yes, we did come a long way. Guys, Sebastian Lim has been here since the beginning, right? So we came a long way since 1,000. Dude, yeah, I can't believe how fast that went, too. But I got to be honest, man, there has been faster. I was talking to you guys about a futures trader that I talk about often, right? And she was one of those examples of just exponential growth. This girl here, she lives about I'd say an hour from where I do. She lives in Los Feliz, Los Angeles area, right near Hollywood. And she actually, I reached out to her when she had around 1,600 followers, and I had around 700, and now the girl's at like 50. I think it's because she's a girl. And also because I'm not showing my face, right? Something, I don't know. But so why change now? How you doing, my bro? How you doing? Good to see you here. Oh, dude, I was gonna tell you that the dark horse is, every time I see it, there's something about it. Every time I see it, there's something about it. I'm like, wow, that's oh right. And I'm saying that's my friend, right? So I want you to consider your dark horse name as well, because I'm really attracted to it. It's very nice. So yeah, she's very attractive, right? She actually has this. Let me see if I can get the. Where can I get the profile? Oh my goodness, the shorts are just very difficult to manage on a computer, right? So I can't even get it any smaller here. But yeah, she's. I think I am subscribed to her. I forgot her. Tori Trades. In case you guys want to follow her, her name is Tori Trades, right? So I can't actually. Can I view the profile? Wow, it's interesting how you can't actually see. Right, so yeah, Tori Trades. This girl's a futures trader. Okay, she trades. Damn, she's at 76,000. What the hell? This girl, man, and she streams sometimes live. Right, this is how she streams. She just shows her futures trading and stuff, and I'm like, wow, man, you're pretty good. So I told her, would you like to partner up and do and do one WTI futures analysis, right? And I told her how I would do it, and she's like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know anything that you just said right now, but kudos to you. I'm like, damn, okay, so you're full discretionary. But she lives about an hour away from me, and it would be cool to kind of partner up with somebody who was nearby, right? So then you know, there's I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I was 700 followers, right? But she's a good girl. She's nice, and she's very young too. I think she's around 29 or 30 years old, right? So she's a youngster in the markets, and she's definitely killing it. Right, so she's trading crude oil, which, by the way, if you are... Oh, my battle. Thank you so much, my dude. That really means a lot, dude. That means a lot. Thank you so much, my man. So congratulations, Battle. 7K is a fabulous milestone. Dude, you know what? What if we actually started introducing this probability? What if we start telling people that there's going to be a face reveal at 10,000 followers? Oh, man. So D's Nuts saying you have better charisma, bro. To be honest, I think I have a little bit more of, I think I have more practice speaking publicly than she does, right? But I mean, just to be honest, for both of us, this the run to the upside in subscribers, of course, she's exponentially higher than I am, and I really do think it's because it's that she's female, that she's also a good-looking girl, and she's trading, which actually makes her step aside and step apart from a lot of people, right? So I think that essentially helped out her growth. But the only thing that we can share in common is that it happened fast, right? So whatever number she's at, despite the one that I'm at, right? So. And also, I never really cared. I just wanted a mathematical opinion here, right? So, and you're going to buy the camera, says Stick Vicious with another $49. Dude, thank you so much, my bro. Damn, I can't wait to show my wife this. She's going to be so thankful. She's going to be so amazed by it, right? Dude, it would be very interesting to show actually a face reveal at 10,000, right? That'd be a cool incentive to get... to get the subscribers to start voting yes or no on that, right? A lot of people tell me, no, Arca, don't, remain anonymous and stay like the way you are, right? And it's all good. And there's no actual, like, it's not people trying to say that it's not a negative. It's not a spiteful comment. They're saying it, and really to try to protect me and to try to hold me as to stay the way that I am, and if it's working, then why? If it ain't broke, then why fix it, right? So that type of thing, right? So and I do get it. It's just at times I feel like people can get a deeper connection to whoever they're watching speak literally every single day, right? You guys are very familiar with my voice, and you guys know what I'm gonna say. You guys know me personally also just by voice. So imagine that there was this face-to-face interaction, at least from my part to you, right? So that would increase some more. The shorts will be looking at Arca. They definitely will, man. Dude, I'm not sure that I can. It's tough. It's a tough decision. I'm not gonna lie for 1 second. Look at that, guys. Spy and TQQQ, man, reclaiming. I wonder if actually this thing is trying to actually cover this, and I think it was just reactive, guys. I know that the freaking data moves that data that we face today moves the markets, but I don't think that we were in the grounds to really capitulate that hard, right? So yeah, very nice play here. Ticker symbol ape sitting still at 176. AMC just down ever so slightly, but still up about 0.35% on the day. So definitely Arca is going to start to be trolled. You think so? So, Very, update, please. Absolutely. Very, we were waiting for a 123 cent touch, right, based on yesterday's analysis. And if we can get that touch of the 123, 122, then we could get a nice bounce to the upside, right? So take a look at it. Actually, we did get that bounce from 123. The overall target was around 122, right? Because that's where the EMA 21 on the 3-day time frame was located. Literally this moving average right here, right? So that was what we were waiting for a potential bear trap situation to start happening. It looks like it's starting to realize, but what I would like to see is the shorter time frame. Oh man, look at that. Very, very nice hourly closure. hourly closure upside of our bottom side of the resistance support, right? Remember that we were converting this support, the resistance, right? We were resisting here. We got that resistance conversion into support. All of these are the validators, right? The validation process. So we got that final one and actually shot up straight to the moon here. So let's see how big of a move that was. This is still, wow. We actually, I'm going to talk about entire range of the day, right? So we're talking about 13.5%. And I think that's very nice, you guys. So if you were able to catch that dip from the targets that we were talking about, congratulations to you. And this was, I forgot to play a couple plays up, right? And check this out. This is our other play that we were looking at. This is ticker symbol CBUS. In fact, let me go away from this chart here and pull up CBUS here. This was the play that we put up on the Discord that I accidentally brought up earlier, right? So yeah, this was let me see, were we looking at it on the hourly? So we were talking about, let's see, and we would have even gotten stopped out. So Thursday, yeah. So it actually met our entry, but it stopped us out, right? So a lot of times I do present a very conservative stop, right? So this was a -3% from my entry here. But if you didn't stop out and you did catch entry at my position here at 1232, then you are currently sitting 11% up. You're 11% in the money right now. Okay, at one point this was my target range. Okay, this was literally the high of day that I thought was going to happen today. The play was set with an entry target like called Arca's target, right? This was the long range number 1, 13 to 1267. This was my target, 1232, and the top side target was this to make a potential. Here it is, 17% on the day, and it actually did meet it very nicely, and with a huge retracement, right? So this was kind of the things. This is kind of the things that I post up on Discord for the members there, right? So, and a lot of the times too is something that Sebastian Lim would suggest as well. Right, but yeah, this was the play. I'm sorry if you did get stopped out based on my stop metric here, but if you put up your stop in a different valuation, then congratulations on a 17% win. But it met very nicely. I'm talking about, guys. This is a 2-point move. Okay, this is kind of big. Okay, 17% on the day, 17.5% on the day is not something to mess with. That is absolutely good for retail. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and come back. You're thinking to sell it? You caught it, Sebastian? Oh, my goodness. Oh, so WB saying that we actually hit it. Dude, that's right. Stick Vicious, your wife, she was saying that I'm your man crush. Oh, man. So Stick Vicious saying cause of notification, Cana acquisition closed. Arca, overall price action ain't doing crap. But look at the 5-minute volumes. Yes, let's go ahead and pull that up. So Arca, where should TTOO preferably close? Let's see, a possibility for continuation to the upside. I know we talked about it, and no worries if you don't get the time to look at it again. I appreciate it. But let's go ahead and try to pull them up, right? So first of all, let me make sure that I can have it up so I don't forget. So TTOO, we'll come back to that. Okay, and then I want to load here COSM on the you said the 5-minute, right, battle? Okay, so yeah, let me actually do that within. Let me actually expand all of this first. So I want to expand them to see if we're actually getting some type of reaction, right? I know that the Cana acquisition was met, and that's what. Remember, I was asking you a few days ago. I was asking, is that strong enough, or would it be better if we can actually get that to be paired with a buyback? Or whatever else, right? Because we know that they do have that buyback in store. I wonder if that's their like secret weapon or something, and they want to just make sure that the investors stay up to date, right? So this is the chart that we're going to use here. Let's go to the 5-minute chart and see what you're talking about. So let me just level this out here and start seeing what volume is doing. Okay, so let me pull that up, add the moving average into that as well, right? And then see what's going down for COSM. Okay, so we're currently, and here's the news, right? So here's the news right here. Cosmos Health launches Terra Creta. I don't know how to pronounce that right. A food supplement, and then also This was the wait. So where did the news go? Oh, so David did he Greg did he post it on Twitter? So it's not actually official news yet. Yeah, it needed to be paired, but that's why I'm asking about the secret buybacks in play or just shorts playing. Let's see. Well, the thing that we should keep in heavy consideration here is that for the last, we have definitely a few volume iterations here or occurrences that are upside of the moving average. So there is volatility currently being built, okay, which actually gives it a better chance for an upside too. Let's see, Arca, can you analyze ticker SLS, please? I will try my best, my brother. Please remind me if I don't get to it. Okay, remind me. So thanks, Arca, for the very update. The man 246, not a problem. You're very welcome. Anything that I can do for retail, I will try my best. Right. So COSM, man, this is quite annoying. Actually, you know what? Let's pair this. Let's get creative, just like we did with the what was the ticker that we were doing it with? I think it was, I forgot. It doesn't matter. But let me go ahead and load up here COSM. And do we have the FINRA short volume for this? Let's see. Which is something very curious to look at anyway, right? So, Jennifer, I'm not sure if you're still here, but this was, remember, I'm sorry, I don't know if you remember, but I did end up looking at the short volume for that ticker you wanted, right? So, this is coin. Let's see here. One day it's going to turn into a finger. It's going to finger all the freaking shorts. Oh, my goodness, dude. So, no, Cosmos, that's funny. Cosmos in crypto is actually ticker symbol Atom. Man, I guess we're just not going to be able to see it, right? We just definitely don't have it or what? Let me see if I can do Cosmos FINRA. Let's see if we can get that. Damn it, it's just showing all these. That's the one thing that's very difficult to read within this ticker is the fact that it shares a name with a crypto asset that's very well known. Right, so I hate that we can't actually see the short volume here. Oh my goodness. All right, team. So yeah, I'm gonna give up on it. It's okay. I thought we would be able to pull up the FINRA short volume, but it's all good. Anyway, actually, we can look at something else. We can look at the on balance volume too. And let's look at it particularly from the daily perspective, okay? But yeah, there's some. What I'm afraid of here is that we have increasing volatility on the daily with descending price action or declining price. That's strength. That's bear strength. Okay, that's indicative of bear strength. Okay, so now let me just go ahead and pull up the OBV and see if we can get an edge over that. Right. So on balance, volume. And let's see if we're actually selling. We're not. No one is getting rid of this. In fact, it's been accumulating, creating a bullish divergence. So upon this downside here, you can actually see that it's going down. Of course, I know we have that black swan event, but as we're going down, like there's like people acquiring it and not selling it, right? So this is literally what we would consider as long-term holds here. People are not willing to let go, and in fact there is a slow incline here. This is suggesting that people are still buying it even though we're consolidating. So yeah, this is it's not. I'm not seeing this as overall bearish, bro. I actually see this as bullish. So being that we're in that demand zone that we spoke of, and seeing the on balance volume reach this high, that just shows you that this is an extreme demand, right? So man, it's just 298 and 291. Those are the very bottom sides of this. Let me see. Actually, it would be. There's one more capitulation range. So 286 and 278. 286 and 278 would mark off that. That's what I'm going to tell you right now. That's going to mark off the true inflection zone. Okay, so invalidation entirely. So that would introduce price action back down to around 193 in the event where it does fail this support line here. Okay, so this support here is the biggest demand zone that it has to offer. Okay, but a lot of the times we've been actually favoring the 298 to about 301. Okay, so man. So yeah, guys, just in case we do have some negative price action here, do not be afraid of actually touching back down to that target there. And let's see if anything in the moving averages are suggesting that potential. Okay, the SMA 10 on the daily is a resistance now, which sucks, really sucks. Okay, oh man, almost every major moving average is above us in every single time frame too. So there's a lot to combat right now. This is why the asset is actually struggling and moving. It can't move above the 305 target. Okay, it's just because there's a lot to combat here. Okay, team. So now that we're looking at this in the shorter time frame, though, let me see if I can catch anything within the 15-minute and see if there is any type of formation that is in play. Man. No, not yet. Okay, but yeah, team, I'm wondering what is happening within this. So the new 3-day iteration just opened. That's okay. We're starting to get that curvature here, which is honestly suggesting that there could still be some downside pressure. But looking at the 12-hour, this is an absolute setup here, man. That's powerful. Let's see. I wanted to look at one more thing here for COSM. Okay, so the 8-hour, yeah, this was the 8-hour contraction to expansion. Jeez. Okay, so, I mean, we're facing the downside here. Let me go to the bi-hourly. 4-hour, okay. Yeah, we could still face another drop here, and that would be particular to 291 to 298. And one more time, just so we're clear here, okay? The bottom side of the range of where we drew it here. Actually, a corrected bottom side, 277 to 287, just in case. Okay, that's going to be the inflection zone, though. That's danger. Okay, we don't want to close anything beneath 277. You get an hourly closure there, that's going to start presenting a downside like no other. Watch out. Okay. So Berenson saying LCID about to rip. 710 is about an hour. Let's see. It's roughly accurate, Arca. Let's see. Let's go ahead and pull that up, right? So LCID, we were just we have to look at TTOO. Sorry about that, team, but just because it's a little on the pressure here, let's just give it a quick look. So LCID, and then we're going to look at TTOO real fast. Okay, so yeah, this is the long range. This is the long range here. Did we actually touch it? Yeah, we went in. We went in right in here to 686. Let me see the hourly time frame. Oh yeah, we're bouncing directly from it. Man, that was the demand zone. That was it. That was entry. Okay, and this is actually starting to suggest a continuation. The hourly time frame it's only a matter of time. If this pushes further up, it's only a matter of time before this pivots to the upside. Let's see the 30-minute. The 30-minute is already pivoting towards the upside and critical volatility. 15 minutes should be also. There we go. Okay, so the 15-minute and the 30-minute are working on pressuring the upside on the hourly, which would then the bi-hourly and the 4-hour, right? So, but yeah, the loading zone was there. Okay, so and honestly, that was my preference too. It was just within this area here. Okay, so yeah, keep an eye on that. TTOO, I remember you were asking me something, right? The resistance on LCID. Okay, yeah, let's go over that condition. That's I'm gonna give it to you like this. It's because it is a range. Okay, resistance, shorter time frame, immediate short term, 713 to 718. Okay, lots of actually candle relation there. Okay, yeah, top side of the range here. Bottom side of this resistance here. And it has a lot to do historically, right? Perfect touches right there. Okay, yeah, so this would be preferably 713 would be a resistance in the shorter time frame. Combating that upside resistance would then pressure price action up to the next zone, which would be this here, right? So that would be, let me see if I can get you a range there. Okay, I see it. Just like this, it would be 725 to 731. That would be your secondary resistance range. So just like this, right? So you have this first one located at 713.18. Sorry, 713 to 718, and then this one here, 725 to 731. Those are going to be major resistances to get over first. Okay, so if you did catch entry wherever that was at the downside, you're looking at a top side for now. I'm not sure that we can reach it today, but 6.5%. And then the obvious resistances will actually be right up here, upwards of about 747 to about 753, marking off almost a 10% on the day, right? So I think that it's getting itself ready to actually make that happen. And not only that, we're also building an inverse head and shoulders here in the hourly time frame. So that has a massive upside, to kind of take a look at. And I think that upside would actually be consistent to about the 3.618 at 854. So a whole point up and more. So yeah, keep your eyes on this, right? Because now that we're over that resistance range, the drop here to test the top side of the range would be in line. 694 would be the retracement from 697. All right, keep an eye on that, team. Okay, so now, let's see, 150 probably a good price for me to release Viri. 150? No. You can let your runner run. You can let your runners run. No, hold on, let me see. Upside on the hourly, 30-minute, bi-hourly upside. Dude, what? No way. No. This can go higher. This can go way higher. I would start to look at a resistance range between actually this one here. I know 150 is the obvious one, but I think 153 to 155, this is where the SMA 50 would essentially be on the 4 hour. So about 155. And then, and to be very honest, this is critically low on volatility. That this can, and it's starting to expand. This has the power to reclaim, bro. This thing. Look. Here's the other way that people don't know to look, right? TTOO is next, man. I'm sorry. I'm just over here, just messing up on you, right? So take a trend line, right? We're gonna take a trend line from. Let's consider the neckline. So something like this here, right? Then you actually take your price objective, and then you let's see. This is no. What I'm talking about, this is the bear trap. Okay, so you take this price objective. The bears are thinking that you apply it here. So you can get a valuation of about 80 cents, 81 cents. Upon failure, you would do the inverse. You apply this to the top side of the right shoulder. And that would take you to this target here, apparently. 237, right? So let's just go ahead and kind of draw that in there. Just like this, and see what's going down historically speaking. Okay, so 237. Oh man. Oh wow. It is something there. Right here. So the bottom side of this 4 hour candle is 240. Okay, yeah, so it's suggesting to take you there, but to tell you the truth, if we're here in the price action, 237 is not the end of that. This, I mean, starting from 213, so validating 213 as a support, that would start moving price action all the way up to around 299. So that's a huge slide to the upside. But of course, we want to make sure that we can hold our winners, and then also just take profits when they are there, so we could compound on the way up. Right, so the safe bet for sure, 150 to 152. The second range would actually be, of course, 153 to 155, because the SMA 100 and the SMA 50 are located on the 4 hour there. So yeah, I guess I would honor those for short-term trades, right? So that you can just capitalize on your short-term win. Make sure that we can just get consistent wins daily, right? Even if they are smaller, right? It's just it's a good way to practice so that you are always aware that you must take profit, right? And you're trying to not hold overnight, as this is this company has a lot of promise. I get it, right? But still, it's under $5. It's very dangerous, and yeah. But you get what I mean, right? So TTOO team, this we are literally starting the new hourly candle, and we face the bottom side of the range on the knot 382. Right, I mean, in fact, it went to 783, but we were talking about 70 and 798. Okay, so yeah, we definitely got the reaccumulation here, and we're starting to bounce to the upside. This could be a very powerful bounce because it is already converting the SMA 10 into support. Okay, which means that the next one is going to be the EMA 7. That conversion into support can actually lead the price action to the 877 target at the knot 618 and retrace back to the knot 0.5 before a continuation to the upside. This is essentially a normal retracement so far. That's kind of what I'm looking at. And it's just a breather so that they can gather more bulls and continue on to the upside. But this is with capitulation candles like this, that would start introducing we see, look at this. All right, team, this is something important for you to notice. All right, see this huge wick to the downside, and then you have this huge wick to the upside. So those are both liquidity traps for literally both short positions and long positions. So, in other words, the market maker here does not care. In every situation, the market maker does not care to face downside or to face the upside, as a market maker's job is to create opportunities of arbitrage, to create opportunities of market, right? So if they're going to create market, they're going to favor whichever side is the strongest side at the current moment. So, but yeah, in this case, they could actually see sell side liquidity and buy side liquidity all at one shot, right? So they were able to capitalize on both the spreads from both of these hourly candles here. So that, yeah, it's a shakeout from both ends. So in this case, I think that the upside is starting to realize in a very healthy manner. Okay, but we would definitely need the influence from the shorter time frames, like the 5 minute, with this upside and critical volatility. We need that to start bleeding into the 15-minute, which doesn't have it quite yet, but it's close, which would then cascade into the 30 and then into the hourly and so on. Okay, so in other words, what I'm saying here is that this is not a position here to consider just an immediate upside. In fact, we have to practice extreme discretion here, because this could essentially start introducing ladder attacks, right? And invalidate the whole upside. It'll invalidate the entire upside, just period, right? So those are things that we have to prepare for, right? So we want to make sure that we have in the back of our minds that is absolutely a probability, and we are at a critical point to consider here. Okay, so anyway, so let me go ahead and let's see, finger 4-hour RSI starting to curl. Sebastian Lim, let's go ahead and take a look at that. 4-hour RSI, yeah, that's that was the support that we were talking about, right? And if we do still have any more of a shot to the downside, then that would be indicative of the 9. Yeah, the 9-day exponential moving average could suggest a drop to 389, and that would essentially pivot stochastics to the downside and then correct. Okay, so yeah, it is curling, but it's still suggesting a slight downside too. And notice here that the histogram on the MACD is showing a little bit of weakness as well. So it's part of a correction phase right now. Okay, so it's going to be tough, but it's happening. All right, so let's see the chat. Berenson saying, what's the word with FDA approval on Viri? Need that random catalyst as well, man. Yeah, that would be the ultimate shot here, right? But it's very clear that bulls are not. They really do feel like there's something in line here. We would have seen a deeper capitulation to the downside if that were the case. If we were not believing on the opportunity of that FDA approval, right? So that same drug was the reason for this liftoff here. And then whatever happened here, I think it was a failure on something fundamentally regarding the same drug that got that got this upside to happen. So we can clearly see that there's a lot of power behind it, and this essentially is suggesting that we would recover the price action almost 100% to the upside. I'm still looking at targets here upwards of 575 to the topside resistance of around 787. So and then of course our biggest resistance for this point here would be 897. So to be perfectly honest here, as long as we are beneath the target of 897, we're still in bear territory. Okay, of course we're minimizing those probabilities, but we must combat this high. Okay, and that would create serious FOMO if we did combat this here. First of all, it would create FOMO even just covering the gap, right? Covering it all the way up to 329, which is undoable, right? I think that we could actually get something to happen like that, and it would be very, very awesome. All right, so CLNV on the weekly time frame facing the resistance from the mean band. Right, so this is a very strong resistance to consider here, and it touched it very nicely at 416. So CLNB, remember that we were prepping here for a macro breakout, and that was particularly to this falling wedge here, and we already got the monthly candle as a hammer after a downtrend. Huge reversal candle here. The following candle would be the one to validate that entire thing. Of course, we still have 25 days and 3 hours to close it, but this candle would be the validator for this reversal suggestion. Okay, so another thing to kind of look at here would be that there is, this is a macro scale inverse herpy derpy, right? So you're looking at the shoulder there and the other shoulder here, right? So that's a very, very interesting potential too. So, but that's macro. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, we're getting it, man. This is not bad. So let me see. Yeah, let me take a look at momentum real quick and see what's going down. But CLNV is actually looking not too bad. Not bad at all. And I'm wondering if it's because it's getting pressured by the SPY. Let's see. Yeah, man, we're in recovery. We're definitely recovering, guys. Broader markets are looking pretty good. Ticker symbol APE still holding that valuation there. 139 on ticker symbol Very, still realizing that top side or the upside that we were looking for, right? Very nice. So let me go back. Let me go back here to what ticker was I just looking at? So Mullen over 1.5 billion in volume. Oh my goodness. Damn. That is just massive, bro. Huge. I mean, just huge. And Rivian actually making this upside here. Double topped a little bit, right? So, I'm sorry, what ticker was I looking at? Was that I forgot which one I was looking at for someone. FNGR or what was it? No, I don't think it was TTOO. I forgot, team. I forgot. It's all CLNV, right? So, yeah, CLNV on the momentum was what we were looking at. Resistance coming up, team. 6 hour resistance right at the SMA 14. If we're looking at price action, then let's see. Yeah, that's the it's indicative of touching 413 again. So some short-term resistance. We need a very likely the range for the day is already solidified, and in fact the time right now is 10:12. So we may start getting some upsides on some tickers pretty soon. So Berenson saying, Arca doing the Lord's work for us. Grateful for the knowledge, my brother. Thank you so much, my dude. That really means a lot. I try to do this, man, because I do care about people, right? So I hope to only provide some great insight. Look at that, guys. It's just rejecting that bottom side. And yeah, we're at 1.515 billion. My goodness, man. And I mean, stochastic momentum and volatility are barely starting to contract and barely starting to show the upside here. That just means that there's more upside to look at, right? Very, very curious, man. Jeez, that's awesome, guys. Congratulations if you did catch that trade. All right, but in respect to CLMV, guys, I still am looking at an upside here. Of course, we're going to face a little bit of resistance again at 413, but upon the conversion, we're knocking at the door of this mean band. Upon the conversion of this being a support, that would then lead price action like to a very exponential growth, fast, to around 6 cents to around 6 to 632. So that would look good, okay? So now Berenson's saying, does Rivian look to stay bullish on an upward trend? Oh, so that's you speaking overall. Okay, well, first of all, let's see what the top side target is. You take a trend line from the top side of the triangle all the way to the bottom side, apply it to the breakout area. Okay, so if we were to do that, well, guess where we are? We're right at the SMA 200, and that was the target to realize. It was saying that it was a high of 2113, and this had 2127. To be fair, that's the move has already played its part. We're at a critical resistance here. A pullback would be more likely than not at this point, but I would have to say one thing. It's dangerously close to creating this daily SMA 200 into a support, and that would be very bullish. Very bullish. Okay, creating that support would essentially make price action reach 2213 as a temporary resistance, and then we would come back and validate our current highs again. And then price action would, oh man, this is ridiculous here. Okay, so yeah, I would be talking about, let's see, I would be talking about a 2210 to about 2722 price action would just slide. And actually to about 2459 because of this area here. So that would be massive. That would be an incredible move to the upside. So let's just say that we did catch entry at 2212, right? That would be a very nice 11% gainer on the day. The next area of resistance, which actually would be more relevant to this here, that would mark off a 24% gain on the day. Nice. And then the top side range would actually lead to 33%. Okay, so it's conditional though. It's very conditional upon that criteria. We must close a minimum daily candle upside of 2212 before we can get that upside, right? So William Bone saying Arca with the indexes dropping today. Let's see. Do you see any particular tickers that might be good entry points? Been holding my cash, waiting to jump back into play after today's news. Yeah, sometimes the best thing to do is actually stay cash, right? So the thing is that the indices are starting to recover greatly, and they're starting to recover almost to the point of the gap down, right? So 40.20 on the TQQQ, you're looking at SPY at 439.37. This is very bullish, okay? So in other words, the tickers to have really looked at within this would have been let's see. Oh my goodness, man, that is pushing to the upside. By the way, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but this is my entire watch list right now. Okay, so I was very particular about watching cold. Natural gas should be going up. Okay, and I was considering a few of these. Also, CBUS was the other play that we put up. 1375 is the current price, right? So this is up 8.44% on the day, and the move already happened. So it was a 17% gainer that we talked about yesterday. Now, if you're talking about something macro and blue chip, that would be a different story. So trading things like I guess we can even do Apple, because that would move, very closely to the price action. Wow, this is a very old chart. Okay, so let me see if I can actually put in here the SPY, and let's see what's going down. Yeah. This is you're at a potential entry right now on ticker symbol AAPL, and that would be, that's very close. It's following directly what the broader markets are doing, right? So it's very much alike. So let's see here the averages. Yep. That was the bottom side for sure. The EMA 21 at 189.26 would have been the entry here. We're currently sitting at 191.11. If we were to face a pullback, we can see one. That would be, man, I hate that all of them are going to display. Okay. I don't think that we can reach that low. I don't think that we can go to 187.79 on ticker symbol AAPL. But it's just the EMA 21, man. That one is a very strong moving average. And 12-hour time frame suggesting some downside, but I don't think that this, I think that's delayed, and this is about to correct. Okay, so if it were up to me, if you're playing the indices, look at the bi-hourly. See the index actually recovering and Apple also recovering. So, I would wait for a pullback. Bi-hourly EMA 21 right here. So that could drop back down to about 190.46 to around 190.80. Loading calls for ticker symbol AAPL around that zone would actually be not bad, considering the recovery that we're facing here. It's almost instant. Okay, the thing is that we are at a resistance based on a gap. Okay, so this is what I mean by a pullback. We're going to essentially pull back from this top side here to validate this gap here. Okay, so have this thing actually meet it right at about 439.70. Get the pullback to the other daily gap right down here that would essentially get us at 438.35. So upon that 438.35 SPY touch, that's when I would start to long some calls on blue chips. And I would actually look at some low implied volatility. The high open interest, of course, high delta, something upwards of 50 cents of delta. Okay, so make sure to get something beyond a delta of 50. Okay, so I would literally look at maybe 60 or even 54. Right, so also not so far out. Maybe a 2 weeks. Zero DTEs are very dangerous to trade, so be careful with that, okay, my brother? But William, I hope I was able to help out at least a little bit with that. But blue chips would be the way to go if you're playing the indices or the ETFs, right? So you can always triple lever yourself if you are an experienced trader, right? So you can always triple lever using the TQQQ Pro shares. The Ultra Pro shares from the NASDAQ, right? So this is triple leverage. The SQQQ is double leveraged. So yeah, keep an eye on the blue chips because this is immediate recovery right now, and I think that we are to face a small pullback very soon, and both of which could actually end up touching or retesting the SMA 10 as the support since we broke inside of it again. Reclaiming that SMA 10 is critical. Okay, so 39.80 would be the retracement on the triple Qs and or the triple lever Qs. Not a problem, William. Very happy to help. And then the SPY would be 438.08. So upon that 438.08 SPY, ticker symbols like Meta, Apple, American Airlines even, right? So tickers like those. I would not trade Verizon because Verizon is actually, I'm not sure what's going on with that ticker. But yeah, NVIDIA and tickers of that nature would actually be safe plays. And they would show exponential growth too. Very, very volatile right now. Oof. Yeah, we're getting very frothy here. Man, this thing is really trying to succeed at all. Wow. Okay, yeah, keep an eye on that. So Steve March saying, Arca, is today a good day to grab some calls on COSM? No, because COSM does not have volatility. Let me see. COSM. No, yeah, definitely not. No. When you're looking at the 12-hour or the daily time frame at critical contraction, that means that there is no volatility at play, right? So in essence, yes, you would want to load up on calls because there's no volatility, and you would be catching them early. But that would be the gamble. We don't know how long we're going to be in contraction, but options contracts make their money on implied volatility pump, what's called an IV pump, right? So when you start getting volatility drop into the asset, then you'd actually start to see your call options print. But if you are catching price action going up without any volatility, that would create a loss actually in your call options. So even though the price is suggesting an upside, so it's the options contracts are incredibly dependent on volatility. So I thought that with this dip today, and the good news that already came out, that it might be a good time to get in. So the news came in, and the thing is that we don't know if it's going to be released in a news outlet. So I know that Greg tweeted it, right? But even though he tweeted it, the price action capitulated down to 291. So, but please remember that. Remember that any time that you want to play options contracts, you must keep in mind your implied volatility. Okay, so you want to get right now. What I guess, you know what? To be honest, like the gamble shot for me, I guess I would probably load up on 3 month out options calls, even though that's a bit too aggressive, right? Having. The thing is that when you have more time, you get less delta, right? So if you have less time, you get heavier delta. So the next thing to keep in mind is your Vega. So for every point of volatility that goes up, meaning that if it goes up from 50% to 51%, that would be your Vega times 100 shares of the contract of upside that you're going to get. Right, so it's just to predict how much your options contract can make. So if you're picking out something that has low implied volatility, then yes, that's good. But except that because this is the range that we've been at forever, and look at this, we've been at this whole range, and I'm talking about. I want to give you this example, okay? Look at this. Let's just say, for example, this move right here. This went from a bottom side of about 295 upwards of about 403, marking a 36.55% move to the upside with all critical low volatility. Everyone who had options contracts here with calls ended with worthless, with call options worthless. So because there was no implied volatility. So this is what I mean. That's what I mean. It's just that if you don't have volatility in play, you can actually get an upside in the price action and still lose. Okay, so you must keep a close eye. Okay, so there's news is out in TD Ameritrade account. Okay, that's good. So that means that you should take a look at the TD Ameritrade charts and look at the volatility. Look at volatility within that. So you can also see it in your average true range, right? So COSM. The average true range on this is, I don't even know what it is. We can actually see it real quick though. Let's pull this up here and zero it out. Let's see. And see what COSM has as far as ATR. That's another metric of, yeah, look at this. It's very low volatility. Okay, so we have a 0.12. You want to see at least above 0.90. For good volatility. But remember, I'm not looking at TD Ameritrade. So take a look at TD Ameritrade's volatility, see if it's higher than that. So better just to buy some shares rather than play options on COSM today. If COSM is going to be reactive to something, I feel like it should have already. So this creates a little bit of a confusion on the play itself. I'm not trying to keep you away from it. I'm actually just trying to make sure that you can see all angles from the perspective here. So, but yeah, it's essentially the loading zone here. You can wait for one more pullback actually. So the pullback may happen tomorrow from 307. Let's see, 307 to 312. We can get a pullback and retest the 293 cent zone. So to tell you the truth, I think the price action is too far to the upside. You're in the upper range of the daily range. So yeah, I would honestly wait for a pullback. 307 resistance, it could be EMA 21 on the daily at 315. We get a pullback, test the current lows, and I think that would be around 293, long the 293, and wait for the upside during the day. Because 291 and 293 are very strong areas of support. So at least for today, I think that the recovery already started, because I speak about this all the time. The 10:30 a.m. algorithms shift. Look at the time. So it's 10:29. Right? So we're facing this upside in respects to some of that, speculation. Okay, so I would be very careful in trading some of those options, but this has very low volatility. This can present a lot of losses. So Cryptic Trader, how you doing, brother? Better to ignore COSM and buy Apple calls, dude. Yeah, to tell you the truth, the call options in the when you start getting the validations, for sure, when you start getting confirmation that upside is more likely than not in the broader markets, Meta calls, Apple calls, blue chip calls in general, those print big, and they're safer too. Okay, so that is it for that, my brother. So Tristan Martinez saying, you saw what Viri was doing so incredibly. Let's see, great video last night. Price action went perfectly with what you were seeing. Very educational, very talented. Just wanted to thank you for what you do for us. Tristan Martinez, that means a great deal to me, my friend. Of course, I will always try to help and assist retail, right? Because that's I've been a victim of nefarious price action and stuff. So I learned the markets in a different way, and hopefully I can share that with everyone else, right? But I very much appreciate you sharing that and also watching the video too, right? So I'm going to try to pull up another video again regarding VIRI, right? So, but the good thing is yeah, we faced that downside 120. We were expecting a 128, right, with the possibility of 122. So we got that 123 touch right at the trend line, right at the SMA 200 4-hour, and a bounce to the upside, creating what could be what we're looking at as a bear trap, right? So I'm liking it. But yeah, I appreciate you, man, brother. I appreciate you too, my dude. Thank you for coming on by and sharing that very awesome news with me. And yeah, team. So let me go back to the. I think I'm not sure if I actually missed a couple here, right? So. Rosy Gray Glasses, what's up, man? So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at NVOS real quick. What's going down with that one? Let me get rid of this one here, actually. And okay, nice recovery on TTO. Let's see NVOS. And hourly time frame. Oh, that's a little scary. Hold on. Am I actually seeing this right? Oh, jeez. I know we were on a macro breakout here, right? So, and I think that was particular to the 4-hour or the 8-hour, one of those time frames. Let's see. Oof, this thing feels, it's breaking market structure right now with this candle here. It feels like it wants to come back and test the support one more time. If that's the case, the 0.5 fib at 1237. Damn. Let me see. Momentum is, yeah, I would actually have to favor that. Damn it. So do you see volatility right now? Look at volatility increasing. When you're increasing volatility with a downside pivot, that means you're hitting the gas. You're hitting the throttle on a downside. So, and also MACD facing the downside. I'm gonna be. This is very discretionary. Okay, very very discretionary. But I am looking at a reaccumulation phase, literally at the 0.5, 1237. But that would be a massive bounce, though, and that would be a very ideal target to touch. Why? Because it's the golden pocket. So finding that support from the golden pocket alongside of the support from the falling wedge, that can lead to a pretty powerful upside. So I would hold off, as this is very likely to let's see, 2 hours and 27 minutes to close this 4-hour iteration. Potential other drop here to very close to the 0.618, and then eventually to the 382 or to the 5. Okay, so yeah, I would look at longing here, 1230 to about 12 to about a 12-cent bottom. I think that could do it, and then the validation would be, or the confirmation would be, a closure upside of 1230. Yeah, I say a 4-hour candle minimum, staying within the range or upside of 1216. Okay, but ideally staying upside of the 1237 realm. So if we can stay there, that would introduce a very powerful bounce to the upside, if not immediately, right? So the aggressive trader is going to try to enter right at the support touch. The conservative trader will wait for the validation and confirmation of support first before a continuation to the upside. So it really, you would have to choose what trader you are in that sense, right? So, yeah. So let me go back here. So Stick Vicious, COSM It was released in news outlets. It was too. Man, what sucks is that I'm not able to see it. Or maybe it's because I'm on a different layout. But let me see if I actually load a new something here for COSM on the master layout that I have here. And then just see if it has... Oh my goodness. Let me put that back. Jeez, are you kidding me, bro? Come on, man. Come on. So COSM, and here it is. Okay, let's see. I know it's massively convoluted right now. So yeah, this is the news. I mean, is that it? I mean, it's just this is the only thing showing up. So hopefully, I mean, maybe TradingView doesn't have it displayed just yet. But what I can say, oh man, actually now noticing this is very good. Huge hammer candle, man. That's this is a very high quality hammer candle at that. Okay, this long wick shows that really there's more interest in as a demand zone than there is as a short entry zone. So this is a massive candle and would be a very high quality candle to suggest a reversal from. Okay, so that's the high speculation here. Okay, so yeah, I'm actually, man, all of these tickers, especially Very, man, I'm very happy that I'm so happy that Very played out the way we spoke. I hope that some people were able to capitalize on that opportunity too. And let's see, FNGR, where are you, man? FNGR currently facing a support. Let's see. Let me get rid of this. So remember, this is the bearish engulfing. We were likely to get it, right? So this is the bearish engulfing print. We have 2 hours and 24 minutes left. Slight downside. It could be a retest of 390, but don't be surprised if we do come back down to the space of around 379 and 384. This is natural. This is natural though. It feels like it's needed. It really does. It feels like it's absolutely needed for this thing to recover. And I am a fan of it. I am absolutely a fan of it. So FNGR looking pretty good. MULN still, man, holding that 23 cents, 24 cents. So I will take a look at this again, although everything is suggesting a moonshot here. But it's just a real battle against the new bulls versus the existing bulls who may actually just be trying to take some profits, right? I'm sorry, not profits. Try to recover whatever they can from their loss. So that will create a great deal of confusion, right? So and check it out, ticker symbol VOCL. Yeah, we ended up getting that downside here. We got a very clean buy signal right now on the 4-hour time frame, facing the bottom side of this Bollinger Band, right? So 372 price action ended up going down to about 358. And currently sitting at 389, that was the signal there. Mean reversion could actually happen up to about 453. Man, that would be a very nice move to the upside. All right, so yeah, team, I think everything is looking pretty okay. And now, I'm sorry, did somebody ask me a question? Wanted to get in before COSM started running up. COSM is, man, you'd be surprised, man. You'll be surprised that this is a very nice reversal candle. That doesn't mean that we can't actually go down again. But, and trust me when I say that you have not missed it. You have definitely not missed it, right? So there have been several iterations of 30% runs. And it's just, we know the range. We know the bottom side of demand. So in all respect, 301, we're at 302. 301 has been the biggest area of demand for several days. Perfectly at 301, this yellow line. The one that this one right over here, right? Look at all the touches of the candles that have bounced to the upside heavily from that 301 touch. Right here. Another one right here, right? And then we got, I mean, a little capitulation there and then it continued, right? But yeah, 301, this is another one right over here. You can always see it if you look at the OHLC, right? The low, L. When I hover over the candle, it says 301, right? So just like that, you hover over all of these candles, they're all 301, and price action is literally sitting right now at 302. So, So yeah, that's what I mean. That you haven't missed it. You're still at demand. It just depends on the type of trader you are, right? So the conservative trader is actually waiting right now. That conservative trader is waiting for a daily closure, upside of 298. So that means that sometimes the conservative swing trader would actually wait for entry at the end of day, in preparation for the following day's price action. Then that overnight exposure is something that I'm not particularly fond of. Okay, so yeah, I think that there's an opportunity here still. Okay, so keep your eyes on it, right? But yeah, you're still at demand. All right, so let's see. It was released. Thank you, Stick Vicious. I had no idea that it was released on those news outlets, man. So let's see. Samantha H. MCOM has also had some wildness. So Samantha, let's go ahead and take a look at MCOM. We were taking a look at that ticker. Was it yesterday? I forgot when we saw it, but we did essentially see it, right? Oh, okay. Well, we got our top side of the resistance here, right? So we were expecting this resistance just yesterday, I believe. So now we're probably converting the EMA 7 into a support right now. So let me see if we can add the EMA 7 into the price action here and see if we're at support. Yeah, we're at support there, but more likely the EMA 9. No. The EMA 7 is going to have to do. The EMA 7 is right at 1229. So, I mean, the EMA 10 is also, the SMA 10 is also located there too. So, yeah, I would keep a close eye on these two moving averages because price action may be confirming that support right now. And if there is, and also look at the daily is actually starting to, momentum is starting to curl to the upside. Contraction on volatility, that's mathematically programmed to create an upside. Crossing upside of the SMA 14 on the daily RSI. And if I didn't know any better, the MACD looks like it's starting to kind of show a floor here. Okay, so yeah, very good, very good. So let me see. What did Stick Vicious say? The news isn't showing in Webull either. So yeah, that's why I was saying that I don't know if we're actually facing a potential hold on price action because not every news outlet got it, right? So that's very curious to me too. Like, why in the hell would it not? Yeah, team. Hold on just a sec. I just need to pull up my camera. I want to make sure that my boy is okay. Let's see. Dude, what's going on here? Oh my goodness. Since I haven't opened up my phone in forever, it's like just loading up all these notifications. Come on. I just need to look at my boy. Okay, here he goes. Perfect. Anyway, team. Yeah, so MCOM, one more time. Just one more time. If we are to face a downside here, then yeah, expect to kind of reaccumulate at about 1187 to 1169, particular to the 12-hour. But all the momentum pivots are starting to kind of show their upsides. I'm very fond of the 4-hour volatility versus momentum because this would essentially give us the signal of a continuation to the upside, and it could be for a day. But if it bleeds into enough of the upper time frames, then yeah, then we could look at moves upwards of the current ranges, right? So I would look at the next resistance yet again at about 1513. Small pullback to validate our current highs of about 1303. And then we would actually start making an upside here. But until then, just know that we're still following the structure of lower highs, right? So just always kind of keep that in mind. So Arca, any chance you can do? Yeah, that's the one I was talking about, bro. I was trying to look back on the comments, and it was for you. I just had forgotten that who was the one who spoke about that one ticker. It SLS. It just reminds me of the AMG SLR or SLS from Mercedes-Benz, right? So they very cool car. Oh, okay. Look at this daily time frame. We're starting to expand in volatility. You're starting to get an upside pivot here too on the stochastic momentum. diminishing on the histogram, the diminishing bear pressure. This could be setting a breakout soon. Let's see. I do have to say that it's very slow. This is not a mover. Okay, so it's increasing volatility. That's good, but it's still not. It's not actually moving as fast as I would like to see something like this move. Right. So let me just favor. Oh yeah, this is what it's doing. Yeah, I totally see it. Okay, so this would be a right angle triangle breakout. This is essentially bullish. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. We're about to get ready for the fourth test and breakout. Okay, so we're looking at it on the daily here. Let's see. There could, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. Usually the triangles tend to realize that 65% or 70% to the apex, which is around here, right? Which would be around July 25th. But that's not to say that they can't break out early. I'm just saying that, I'm just saying that it is possible that we can wait till that time too. So if you're going to play the ranges here, then the long signal could have already gone off. And I'm not sure that it's a big enough play, though. It's okay. I guess the top side of almost 5% gain. I would not actually trade that just yet. But SLS is showing an upside, and I think that it would essentially resist anywhere between 166 to about 167, and then retrace, and then do it over and over and over again until we can actually get till we can actually acquire the apex, which would be around 65 or 70%, and then a true breakout would happen. So if we are to get an upside, then it would be a fake out like this, and you should not get fooled by this. I'm telling you right now that do not get fooled. If this thing starts breaking out, the SMA 100 is located right there, 172. That could be a touch right there, and then it'll come back and reclaim the inside of the channel. It's not ready just yet, in my opinion. Let's see. Don't forget about potential FDA approval for very possibly pending. Yes. So Steve Mertz saying Chicago, Illinois, Access Wire, July 6th, 2023, Cosmos Health Inc. Let's see, healthcare group announced today successful closing of acquisition of pharmaceutical laboratories at Cana. Yeah. So what I was waiting for, at least as a news outlet, would actually be Reuters, Benzinga, like the major news outlets, to where things can really get out. Webull doesn't even have it yet, and you know how many people trade Webull. Not a problem, XX, got you. So yeah, I'm just not sure that it's ready for an official breakout here. I think that you're going to be trading the ranges for a while before that actual breakout. And yeah, don't get fooled. The SMA 100 is a heavy resistance on the daily. Yahoo News has it. That's major. That's major. So what's up with everyone else though? What the heck? Is the news being just suppressed everywhere? Like, I mean, I don't see it here on TradingView at all. Yahoo has it. That's great. Yahoo Finance is huge. Man, yeah, that has me kind of stumped, team. I'm not sure why it wouldn't be showing there. That's something that's I'm not sure if it's playing a manipulation game there too. Broader market's looking pretty good, team. The SPY and the TQQQ, they are moving very, very nicely. Man, oh man. Okay, so wow, this was in my TD Ameritrade prior to market open this morning. That's when it was announced. It was announced at it was announced in the early pre. So Crypto Trader, good news does not necessarily move a stock. Yeah, absolutely. Not even earnings. It's not like the good old days anymore. So let's see. Hi Arca and everyone, please would you mind looking at BBBYQ if you haven't done so already? VOCL. And Manu, so Steve Mertz at 820. Oh, right. Wow. Ah, man. So, yeah, as far as VOCL, I was talking about it earlier that we actually came back to test the bottom side of the Bollinger Bands and also the bottom side of our falling wedge before a recovery to the upside, right? So this is still in that validation process. So this may actually last to the end of the session today, validating this 370 as a form of support because we reclaimed the inside of it. So we're going to need a couple 4-hour candles or an 8-hour candle to close upside of this range here to validate an upside. So it's conditional. It's entirely conditional. Another thing that we should be careful with is that oftentimes when we do have capitulation events like this, that would introduce small short-term upside before a continuation to the downside. But to be honest, I'm not seeing that just yet. If it is in the cards, then it would. I don't think it's now, because actually the 4-hour time frame is showing upside here, and that could be resistance. That could be resistance at around 400, and we're sitting at about 371, or a little higher even. It could be 405. Seems to have dipped lots. Let's see. I just stocked up. Yeah, lots of people taking opportunity here, because this is this is technically the floor, you know. So amazing. Thank you so much. Not a problem at all. Okay, so you know what? I haven't actually seen BBBYQ, and that's I know, right? Overstock just acquired them. So okay. So yeah, we retrace back to the loading zone here. Let me see the 4-hour time frame. So 4-hour time frame is showing a little bit of consolidation. Bi-hourly showing some downside. Let's see, the 6-hour should have up consolidation too. Let's see. Consolidation on the 8-hour. Sort of on the 12-hour too. Okay. Yeah, what I'm seeing here is that it's giving us a suggestion of a range, a chop box, and that would be around this here. This range here seems like we're going to be stuck on here for a few days, and I'm not sure why. Actually, there is is that earnings being reported today? Do we have earnings today on this thing? Yeah, today earnings are. I'm not sure if it's actually going to be after market hours, but yeah, earnings are coming in today, which is why everything is kind of pensive. So we would have to wait for the earnings report to come out, and then that's going to essentially show us and decide for the price action which way we're going, right? So lock up, Arca, you the man. Mahalo to you, my brother. Thank you so much for coming by. Really, I really appreciate that. Okay, team. So, team, I actually do have to get my little boy awake now. It's just about 11 a.m. That's usually... my finger is starting its show. Dude, is it really? Nice, man. Look at that. That is absolutely right, man. Very good stuff. But yeah, team, let's go ahead and get your seats ready, right, man? This thing is going to definitely print. Looking very good. All right, team. So, yeah, let's go ahead and just call it here. I need to get my boy awake. He is, you know how it goes, right? Yeah, currently sitting at 405 trading view, 409 in other things, right? Smell my finger. All right, team. But I really appreciate everybody for coming by. We're going to see if we can put up some more plays. Very good job if you took the trade today from the Discord, the CBUS play, right? Nice 17% gainer on the day. Absolutely love it. Ticker symbol MULN trying for round 2. Look at that, man. Actually rejecting, right? Nice. Very nice. But yeah, team, I'll go ahead and put up some videos. I'll put up also some plays later on tonight. So go ahead and reach out to me if any questions at all. You know where to get me. Samantha H, moderator. Samantha H, thank you so much for everything you do. Sebastian Lim, moderator. I love you, dude. Thank you. Daryl, Cryptic Trader. Always good to see you guys right here, right? So, all right, team. So with that said, I wish everybody very well and a good rest of your day, a very great rest of your day, right? So make sure to practice your risk management, team. Do not give back to the markets what you've already gained, okay? But yeah, team, I wish everybody very well, and I'll catch you at the bell. Literally, look at that 14 man, Sebastian Lim. You too. Stay well. Be safe. All right, it's a Cryptic Trader. 500. It's already at 600, 700. All right, team. See you guys. Be safe. Be well. Adios.